Rails on the crazy train. Yeah. I think apparently they are. That's cool. Take a picture and send that to Allie. Mm-mm. Hey, Robert, if you want to feed us some programming and you can find a place to go on and roll the open, I think we'll be good to go. That's good. Crap, I should have peed. Oh, that was for everybody online. You could hear that, so good to know, huh?
You learn things over time.
Good evening and welcome to Pinckneyville High School for the fourth and final time of the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic. I'm Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson sitting next to me, and got Joe from Joe's Lawn Care sitting here with us this evening for tonight's game where the Carterville Lions are preparing to take on the Gibault Hawks in the third place consolation game here at the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic. Mr. Hudson, and I tell you what, Coach Hawkins said in our post game in that first game that we'll see what kind of a team the Lions have and how they come out here against the Hawks tonight.
Well, you know, both these teams have to be a little physically fatigued. This is their fourth game in 2 days.
I'm fatigued.
Yeah, I'm
a little bit,
and we haven't taken a shot or boxed anybody out or anything, and we're fatigued. But I think this is going to be a game of a mental game. Who is best prepared mentally to play your fourth game in about 24 hours or whatever the case may be. Carterville didn't play well in the first game today. No way to get around that. Gibault had a very good game with Pinckneyville for about 3.5 quarters, and then Pinckneyville pulled away late in that game. But these two teams have met before in this tournament, so they're no strangers to each other. Only this time they're playing for third instead of first.
Exactly, to 2 previous years. Of course, coming into this tournament, Carterville, the 2-time defending champion of the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic, and both of those wins for championships came over Gibault. And as you said, This game is for third place this evening, and it should be a dandy. I mean, these two teams, they're both competitors. They want to win third place, and should be a good game. I do want to note something that's going on right now that you probably don't see a lot. Now, you'll note during ball games and broadcast, always kind of talk about the cheerleaders. Number one, I got a daughter that's cheerleader, Allie. She's on the Carterville team. And the Westland school was played in the game before, and the Carterville cheerleaders saw something that the Westland cheerleaders did that was pretty cool. And after the game, they got together, and now the Westland cheerleaders are down on the floor with our girls, instructing them on some type of lift that you can see. If you're watching on the YouTube live stream, it's kind of cool. It's just really neat to see that they share. It's not that competitive with cheerleading. I mean, it is. It's very competitive. Cutthroat at times, but it was just nice sportsmanship. It kind of caught our eye while we're sitting here waiting on this ball game to start. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, now offering the convenience of mobile banking. You can stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. For information on the features of mobile banking and how to enroll, visit the website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Mr. Hudson, wouldn't it be nice if the Carterville Lions were to come out and to shoot blistering hot percentages like the Benton Rangers did in that first game today?
Oh, it'd be great. Even if Carterville could come out and shoot the ball like they did against Jerseyville last night in their second game of the tournament, that would be great too. And I think from a mental standpoint, you obviously don't want to lose, and Carterville didn't like losing to Benton, but if you're going to lose, sometimes getting beat the way Carterville did, mentally it helps you get prepared for this game more than, let's say, if Carterville would have lost on a last-second shot or it had gone into overtime and you lose, a close game. That way, mentally, you're just almost devastated. You really don't even want to play another game. So I think the way Carterville lost, it's time to kind of reboot, kind of get back into the swing of things, so to speak. Carterville's had a good tournament up to this point. Take away the Benton game, Carterville's going to have their hands full of this Gibault team. They have a player, Trevor Davis, 6'4", senior. If he scores 16 points in this game, he will tie the single tournament record. If he obviously scores 17, he will break that record for a single tournament. He's one of their top guys. They have a 6'4" senior and a 6'5" senior, Kessler, that start. So Taylor Heil and Luke Ford will have their hands full on the inside, and they've got some guards that can shoot the ball as well.
Well, we will find out in about 6 minutes as we are scheduled for tip-off here at the 6-minute mark. Both teams are on the floor. Waterloo, Gibault Hawks are heading to the locker room for their final instructions. The Carterville Lions will do so as well. And we're going to go on and take our first break of this pregame show, being brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups, and we'll get this basketball game underway. It's Waterloo Gibault Hawks taking on your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 2 minutes here, Robert. 2 minutes, please. Back at Pinckneyville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where we are just moments away from the tip-off of the third-place consolation game here at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. And I sent out a tweet a little bit earlier, Scott, and I just want to mention it on the air as well, about the folks here that put this tournament on. It's 16 teams, high school teams, teenage kids that they're feeding and finding places for them to rest in between games. It is a lot of basketball that is played, a lot of food for the coaching staff, the media that's here, and it's just a first-class tournament, and they do a good job, and just wanted to tell them thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a big undertaking when you consider the number of teams in this tournament and the fact that it's run in 2 days. Not a lot of rest for players, fans, us, but definitely not a lot of rest for the volunteers that help put this on. And my hat's off to everybody that's responsible for making this tournament what it is. I'm sure there are some hitches here and there, but we don't see them. And they just do a great job here. And I think that's why a lot of these teams like coming back here, because they do such a good job with it.
And I haven't eaten this well since Thanksgiving.
I haven't either, and we talked about maybe just coming up here tomorrow and sitting for 8 hours and just acting like there's a game, as long as we can get them to come back in the hospitality room and feed us.
Yeah, they'll say there's a vending machine in the hall. You can have all you want out of that. We're just a couple of minutes away from the tip-off here. Carterville will be the road team once again. This tournament, they've been on the road team, the visiting team, the entire tournament. The Hawks will be in their white jerseys and uniforms with the red lettering. I believe that may be scarlet red, actually. And so they'll be in the home whites, Carterville in their blue road uniforms with the white numbers. We're going to go on and take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineup and the tip-off. It's the Lions taking on the Hawks at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic in Pinckneyville on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 60 here, Robert. 60, please.
Good evening and welcome to the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic for tonight's game featuring the Carterville Lions against the Gibault Hawks. High schools all across.
Back in Pinckneyville, public address is getting ready to announce the starting lineup for both of these 10 teams this evening, as it is the consolation game of the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. We'll go on and announce the starting lineup for the Gibault Hawks. They're going to start off with their senior guard, number 3, 5'11", Ryan Gould. Also at guard, number 10, a senior guard, 5'11", Garrett Reeder. That is the son of head coach Dennis Reeder. At guard, 5'9", sophomore Carson Yules wears number 11. Trevor Davis, as Scott was talking about, if he scores 16 points, he ties the tournament scoring record here at the Duster Thomas this evening. He wears number 33, the 6'4" forward. And then they round out the top 5. Colin Kessler, the 6'5" center. He's a senior, wears number 34. So starting for Gibault Hawks, it'll be Gould, Reeder, Hules, Davis, and Kessler. The starting lineup for your Carterville Lions, as they were just announced, is the same starting 5. It'll lead off with number 3, Blake Jackson, the 5'10" senior guard, and Justin Johnson wearing number 5. He is the 6'2" junior guard for the Carterville Lions. The man that runs the show, Brendan Beasley, the 5'9" senior point guard, and the number 1 guard on the team. He wears number 30. Then you have Luke Ford, the 6'6" junior forward, number 33, and rounding out the starting 5 will be 6'6" senior forward Taylor Heil, number 50. So it'll be Jackson, Johnson, Beasley, Ford, and Heil.
Well, one thing Carterville's got to do better this game than they did against Benton is got to take care of the ball. They can't turn the ball over give Gibault extra opportunities to score because they have some good shooters as well. Also be interesting to see who gets the assignment to guard 6'4" senior Trevor Davis. He likes to play on the perimeter, so I'm assuming Taylor Heil will get that assignment, at least initially. Luke Ford will probably get the other big guy, Kessler, on the inside. But the guards have got to play well for the Lions tonight. They've got to play well defensively, and they've got to hit some key shots because Carterville did not shoot the ball well against Benton in that first game.
The officials for tonight's game will be Mike Dammerman, Brandon Clifton, and Jay Miller. The Hawks starting lineup is being announced now, and we are just a couple of minutes away from the tip-off here in the 3A. The 3A. I am kind of tired, I guess, in the third-place consolation game.
If you start talking about first downs and field goals, then I'll take over, okay?
I appreciate that. But the officials are ready to go. The Hawks are ready to go. The Carterville Lions, they are ready to go, and I think we're just seconds away from the tip-off. Don't forget, if you would like to watch the game, you can head to YouTube. Just punch in Carterville Lions versus Gibault Hawks, and you'll be able to find that along with the play-by-play. And we appreciate you if you are watching online, if you watched any of the tournament. And it's a pleasure to be able to bring it to you to where you can watch the games and actually see what's happening with your Carterville Lions. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by our friends at Iconda, the Ike family of dealerships, Iconda and Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Coming up at the end of the game, we will have our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. We may even interview Joe.
There you go.
There for the post game. We'll talk to him at some point in the game. We are underway, and once again, the Carterville Lions, they control the tip, and it is game time for your Lions. Beasley with the basketball between the circles to the right elbow to Blake Jackson. He runs it into the paint, and he's fouled right from the get-go, 14 seconds into the game. And they're going to say it was before the shot. So it'll be Carterville basketball.
Jackson has been a lot more aggressive in this tournament than he probably had been prior to this tournament.
I would say that Taylor Heil misses a little 5-foot bunny, but he gets it back, misses a second time, gets it back to Luke Ford, and we have a foul. Again, I would have to say that if we were to pick our tournament MVP for the Carterville Lions, I would have to give it to Blake Jackson.
Yeah, he's played well because a lot of the things that you don't see in the box score that he's doing well is playing defense. Coach Hawkins mentioned that last night, doing a very good job defensively on one of the top Jerseyville players. So I think Jackson is, I think with Blake, it's just about confidence. Confidence that I can make that outside shot. Confidence that I can, hit that big three when needed.
Trevor Davis of Gibault is called for the foul. Luke Ford goes to the line, hits the second of 2 free throws. An early 1-0 lead for the Carterville Lions as Gibault has it into the front court. That is Colin Kessler, the number 34. The Hawks in their white uniforms, 34. That is Kessler with the shot, no good. Taylor Heil gets the rebound. Carterville is on the run. Beasley into the front court to the right wing to Blake Jackson. He's picked up defensively by Ryan Gould, wearing number 3 for the Hawks. Taylor Heil, lob pass down to Luke Ford. Takes it up. He's fouled, and they're going to say he traveled, shuffled the feet before the shot. That's a turnover on the Lions.
Once he got the pass from Heil, all he has to do is turn and lean in towards the glass. That's one of the little nuances he's got to learn how to do once he gets underneath.
So the turnover gives the ball back to the Hawks as Ryan Gould takes it to the left side. They work it over to the far side. That is Kessler. Back top of the key to Garrett Reeder. Now Gould works it over to Reeder once again on the right wing. Down to Davis. Davis turn around. He kicks it over to the left baseline as Carson Hughes fires away, no good. Carterville controls the rebound. Into the front court, it's Beasley to Taylor Heil. Leaves it for Blake Jackson. From the free throw line, drop pass down to Luke Ford. Turnaround jumper off the front of the iron, no good, and the rebound comes off to Colin Kessler. Hawks were on the run with Ewells on the left wing. Top of the circle, that is Garrett Reeder. Back to Ewells and down low now to Trevor Davis. He leaves a pass for Kessler. His shot no good. And Taylor Ford gets the rebound quickly into the front court. Blake Jackson on the right wing as, who is that? Justin Johnson hit the floor, but Luke Ford gets a little turnaround bank shot to go. 3-0 Carterville. Into the front court, Ryan Gould for the Hawks, for Reeder. Now swing pass over to the far side. That is Yules. He leaves it down low for Trevor Davis. He steps back. Jumper is good for Davis. He's got 2, and the Hawks are on the board. It's 3-2 Carterville.
Well, it's obvious what Carterville wants to do. They want to pound the ball inside to either Heil or, more importantly, Ford, and use his big size underneath.
Into the front court, Carterville with the ball in the road blue uniforms. Justin Johnson down low to Luke Ford. What a nice move by Ford, a little up and under. He's got 5, all 5 of Carterville's points. It's 5-2 Lions. Quickly into the front court for 3. That is Reeder that fires from 3. He pops from the left baseline. Now it's 5-5.
Well,
that was fast.
Those threes can get you back in a game quickly.
We're not going to be able to take a nap if they're going to keep that up.
No.
I know you're really tired and want to nap.
And we don't have any timeouts up here.
Turnover on the Lions as the ball is tipped away. On the run once again. They get it to Reeder, left wing. The ball's tipped by Justin Johnson, but controlled by Trevor Davis. Back to Reeder. Down on the baseline. That is Gould that drives, and a little floater is good by Ryan Gould. Now the Hawks have a 7-5 lead, 4:30 left on the first quarter clock. Into the front court, Blake Jackson. Now to Beasley. They work it around the perimeter to Heil, to Justin Johnson. Into Heil at the free throw line. He fires from there, pops the bottom of the net for Taylor Heil. He needs to have a big game. He struggled the last couple of games.
Yeah, he has, and maybe that shot will give him some confidence.
Once again, quickly, the shot comes off by Ryan Gould. Carterville controls the rebound. Beasley's on the run. He wants to take it into the lane at the free throw line. Dishes to Justin Johnson on the left wing. He wants to get inside once again to Luke Ford. He's got the hot hand turnaround jumpers. Nice by Luke Ford. He's got 7, all 7 of the Lions' points.
Yeah, Carterville's hit their last 4 shots from the field after starting cold.
And Luke Ford has shown flashes of this hot shooting before, as the shot by Kessler's no good, gets his rebound, puts it back up, and gets it to fall for the Hawks. He's on the board now, and it is all tied at 9, 3.5 left in the first quarter. Taylor Heil wearing number 50. He's guarded by Trevor Davis. To Luke Ford, now to Blake Jackson, to Beasley from the free throw line. Fires off the front of the iron, no good. And the Hawks are on the run. Here comes Reeder. He fires from 3, no good. Luke Ford gathers in the rebound, gets it out quickly to Justin Johnson. He'll take it to the rack with the left-hand floater, no good. Rebounded by Ryan Gould. Here come the Hawks the other way. They're moving right to left or to the near side as we are setting on the end line. The shot from Trevor Davis is off the iron. Taylor Heil with the rebound. Carterville's going to head back the other way. 2:50 remaining in the opening quarter. All tied at 9. It's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. And Carterville has the basketball. Blake Jackson wide open, misses everything. A little long. Needs to sight that one in just a little bit.
Yep.
Just missed it by that much. As the shot from 3 for the Hawks is no good, but the rebound controlled by Reeder. And back out top, Hawks are going to reset the offense. Nice give to Davis. He gives it to Gould, and he's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws with 2:22 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to get Beasley as Heil blocked the shot, but I think they're going to say it was a shooting foul. I thought it was on the floor, but my opinion doesn't matter.
Nope. First free throw by Gould is good. Ryan Gould wears number 3. A couple of substitutions checking in for the Hawks, Logan Dorr. And the other one is Bresserman. Josh Bresserman wears number 44. Second by Gould is good. He's got 5 points. It's a 2-point lead for the Hawks, 11-9, 2:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Beasley with the right-hand dribble, takes it to the right side, wants to get it down low, looks for the pick. Now they get it to Johnson between the circles. Back to Beasley, right wing. He is guarded by Logan Dorr. Beasley dumps it down low to Taylor Heil. Turnaround from about 15, no good. Rebound comes off to Ryan Gould for Gibault. Into the front court. They're on the run. He takes it to the free throw, finds a lane, gets a shot off, and it's good for Ryan Gould. He has 7 points, 7 of the 13 for Gibault.
Carterville's got to do a better job defensively, especially in the paint.
Luke Ford, nice spin move, kick out pass to Beasley. He decides to drive the baseline and backs it out. He was wide open, and but Ford gets it now from the pass from Beasley, and Luke Ford is going to be called for a foul as he missed the little bunny once again. Shane Hawkins shakes his head on the Carterville bench. I don't know, and I was talking with somebody earlier. I said, I bet Carterville has missed 35 bunnies this season, and I was told I was underestimating.
Well, the Lions have been feast or famine in this first quarter. They missed their first 3 shots, made their next 4 from the field, and now have missed their last 5.
Shane Hawkins doing a little individual coaching on the sideline with number 33. The 6'6" forward, Luke Ford. Man, he's been so hot, and he's getting better every game. Just those little things. Just the little things.
Sometimes the little things add up to be big problems.
You know, and he's going to be so much fun to watch the rest of the year, and then his senior year too, because he is really he's got footwork that has gotten better every game. He's been fun to watch come around this year. That foul is on Will Jansen.
Grant
Wrong
Garvey.
32, Grant Garvey. Hawks with the basketball in the near courts into Colin Kessler. His turnaround bank shot is good for Kessler. He's got 4. It's a 6-point lead now as we're under 60 seconds left in the opening quarter. Dylan Moore, who just checked in, has the ball, runs into a wall, backs it out to Beasley. He wants to get it in to Garvey, who's fighting on the right block. He works to the other side of the lane. Now it's Blake Jackson, and we've got a travel called on Blake Jackson. Another turnover on the Carterville Lions.
Got 3 in the first quarter. Gibault still to have their first turnover. Carterville not shooting the ball well here in this first quarter, and Gibault's heated up. Gibault has the only 3 in the game.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of your Carterville Lions and Lions sports. Into the front court quickly. It is Kessler that puts up the shot, gets it to go. He's got 6 here in the first quarter. It's 17-9. Hawks on top of the Lions.
Yeah, Gibault's making it look too easy offensively.
Taylor Howell drives down the left side. Man, he just rams that one home for the Lions. Not on the dunk. It was on the shot. It was a flat line.
Yeah.
But it gets it to go. Under 10 to go now. Hawks going to have a chance for the last second shot here of the first quarter. They kick the pass out to Hewells. Hewells fires from the right elbow. No good. Howell, big rebound, but no chance for a shot at the end of one. It is 17-11. Gibault on top of your Carterville Lions. We'll be back with second quarter action on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and More. The more than you expected, more memorable for your guest. You can go online, visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information.
Carterville shot 38% in the first quarter, 44% for the Hawks from Gibault High School.
Leading scorer for your Carterville Lions is Luke Ford. He's got 7 points, 7 of the 11 points for the Lions. Hawks have the basketball in the front court as it is Gould Over to the right wing, back to Gould, top of the circle. They work it to the left side now. That is Kessler, Carter Kessler, the brother of Colin Kessler. That'll be enough to cause me problems. Carter Kessler, he fires from the top of the key, no good. And the rebound comes off to Brendan Beasley. Into the front court is Dylan Moore. Back to Beasley. He's going to back it up, reset the offense as we are just underway. Carterville down 6, 17-11 here in this third place consolation game at the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic. Moore fires from three. Boom! Dylan Moore. What a big shot for Mr. Moore. That's what we call him, Big Shot Moore.
Yeah, He's got the ability to shoot from the outside.
There should have been a foul on Kessler, but they call him on the walk before he threw the elbow.
Dylan Moore's another player, Dave, that really needs to get his confidence back shooting that three. Early in the season, he was coming off the bench hitting some big threes. And then he kind of got into a spell where he wasn't shooting well. But, you know, if you're a shooter, you got to keep shooting. You just got to keep throwing it up there if you're open.
So Carterville has it. Down low to Taylor Howe. Bank shot is good. They're going to say he traveled as well. And on the lines before the shot, but that was a nice feed. I like seeing that from the guards, getting it, that little roll, that high lob pass down low. Let the guys go get it and bank it home.
Yeah, another missed opportunity for Carterville. Gibault turns the ball over. Carter had a chance to tie the three, but then they go down and turn it over.
Down 3, 17-14. The shot no good by the Hawks, but we got a push. That's going to be called on the Carterville Lions, I believe. That's on Dylan Moore. That's his first, and that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Carterville Lions. So the Hawks have it underneath the Lions basket. Throw the lob into the backcourts, controlled by Trevor Davis. As we said, Davis needs 16 points to tie the tournament scoring record. He had 2 in that first quarter. They get it down to Davis on the right block, and he's called for a charge as he throws the elbow around to try to get around the defender. And he has 2 fouls in this game. That's another turnover. Ball belongs to the Lions.
Yep, 2 straight turnovers for Gibault. Let's see if Carterville can take advantage of this one.
They're down 3 with 6:20 remaining in the first half. Thank you so much for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. You can watch the YouTube live stream if you would like as well. It's up and running in a crystal clear picture tonight. The fire from 3, Beasley's no good. Kessler comes down with the rebound. Hawks are bringing it across midcourt. Gould steps across the timeline. That is Kessler over to the right side. Kessler gets it back on the right block. Turn around, banks it home. That's good for Kessler. He's got 8 in the game. It's 19-14 Hawks.
Just a nice spin move around Heil.
Carterville has it. The far court. The stop by Blake Jackson made his defender drop to the floor. Blake Jackson finally gets on the board here in the second quarter. Carterville's within 3, 5.5 left. As a spin move is foul. There's a foul called on Grant Garby, number 32. That is going to be the first on Garby. Excuse me, the second on Grant Garby. Number 2, that is the 5th team foul on the Lions. Garby comes out. Luke Ford checks back in. Blake Jackson checks out. And let's see here. Justin Johnson checks in for the Lions. Hawks have the basketball. That's Reeder. Now they work it toward the far side. That with Yules with the basketball, brings it to the free throw line, drops it down the left baseline. Reeder fires from 3, and that's good for the coach's son, Mr. Reeder.
2 wide open, Mr. McKenzie.
Yep. 22-16. Just under 5 minutes left. Carterville has the basketball. 22-16, 6-point lead for the Hawks. Taylor Heil in the paint, dumps it down low to Luke Ford. He gets fouled, and he gets the bucket, and will go to the line and shoot the and one. Nice pass from Taylor Heil to Luke Ford, and he didn't put it on the floor. He took it right to the hole.
That's what you got to do if you're down on the low block. And as I've said many times, Ford with his size and strength, he is just too hard to handle on the around the low block area.
Garrett Reeder of the Hawks is called for the foul. That's his second. The free throw by Luke Ford is good. He's got 10 points in the game, 10 of Carterville's, 19 points. Hawks bring it across the timeline. That is Yules. Yules to the right wing. Fake shot by Gould. Thought he traveled, but he not called. The ball is on the floor. Hawks control. That is Reeder that fires from three. He hits once again. He has 9 points. 25-19. 6-point lead again for the Hawks. Beasley between the circles to the right side. Justin Johnson wears number 5 down low. Luke Ford, he fights it on the block, banks it home. He's playing possessed in this game here this evening. That's all right, we'll take it.
Yes, possessed is good.
Yep, that is good. Davis, top of the circle, back to Reeder, left baseline. That is his spot. They got to clear him out of that spot, get a man, maybe two on him, and Shane Hawkins, that's what he's saying to his bench. Carterville is down 7 now, 28-21. Have the ball is Dylan Moore down to Luke Ford, drop step, puts the ball on the floor, kicks it out to Johnson, fires from three. That's a three-pointer for Justin Johnson. 28-24, this is shaping up to be a good ball game.
Yeah, this is probably going to go right down to the wire.
You can kind of feel it building a little bit. Teams are getting in a flow now, and shots are falling. But somebody's got to get on Reeder.
Yes, somebody.
Get down there. Go down there, Scott. Get on him.
Have you seen me play defense?
I have. The shot from three is no good for the Hawks, and we have a foul on the floor. That is going to be on Josh Bresserman of the Hawks. That's his first. So the ball belongs to the Lions. Just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. Beasley slowly walks across the logo at midcourt. Takes it to the right side with the right-hand dribble. Looks for Taylor Heil. On the right baseline, right block. He travels once again. He slid that foot. Another turnover on the Lions. Going to belong to the Gibault Hawks.
Carterville can't stand prosperity. They get an opportunity by Gibault missing shots and turning the ball over, and Carterville just cannot capitalize.
Gibault breaks the timeline into the front court. On the left side, Yules has the ball. He gets it into... Wow. Davis, nice little jump hop move for Trevor Davis. He's got 5 now. He's 11 away from the tournament record scoring, or the tournament scoring record here at the Duster Thomas. Beasley hands it to Taylor Heil, out high for the Lions. Takes it to the right side, leaves it for JJ. Justin Johnson to Beasley on the left wing. Backs it out, right-hand dribble, wants to get it to Ford. Ford doesn't move, so he'll back it up once again, gets the pick. Now Beasley can drop it for Dylan Moore. Moore takes it to the paint, puts the shot up. No, it won't go. And the Hawks control the rebound. 2 minutes left, 30-24 on top. Gibault lead the Lions as the shot from the top of the key from Trevor Davis is good. He's got 2 3-pointers here in this second quarter. He has 8 points overall, 33-24 Gibault.
4 3-pointers in the second quarter for Gibault.
As Taylor Heil fights his way inside the paint, puts it up from about 8 feet. Nice job by Taylor. He's got 6. And Carterville down 33-26 as the shot from Kessler's no good. Dylan Moore is on the run for the Lions. Slows it down. 1:24 remaining in the first half. Beasley between the circles. Over to Taylor Heil toward the left side. Justin Johnson now gets the pick from Taylor Heil. Spins. Leaves it for Luke Ford. He takes it to the rack, and they're going to call a blocking foul on the Hawks as Luke was going to the basket.
Yeah, Ford lost his balance and crashed in to the Gibault defender, but the official saw it as a block, and
Chart calls the foul on Colin Kessler of the Hawks. So that's the 16th foul on Gibault. Beasley has the pass from Dylan Moore. Carterville controls top of the circle. Working our way towards 60 seconds remaining. 65 seconds now. Blake Jackson, left-hand dribble to Taylor Heil, top of the key, over to Brendan Beasley. Left-hand dribble, step back jumper, doesn't hit anything. And the rebound controlled by Ryan Gould. And we have a timeout that is called by Waterloo. And so, is it going to be a full? It is a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive. They offer in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. And don't forget, they're more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. Go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com.
Well, Gibault shooting about as well as Benton did in the second semi this afternoon. Gibault's got 5 threes in this first half, 4 of those here in the second quarter, and a lot of wide open threes. And I know it's easy for us to sit here and be commentators and say why this, why that, but I know Shane Hawkins, I've seen him look to this ceiling probably 10 or 15 times in this first half. And I know he's not looking for cobwebs. He's trying to look for answers on how he can stop this three-point barrage.
He's calling upon the gods of Pinckneyville High School.
That's right. He said, hey, I played here. Can you help me out?
Give me a break right here. I need it. 43 seconds remaining. For the Hawks, they have it in the front court. That is Trevor Davis, top of the circle toward midcourt. Looks back toward the head coach, but they're going to run the offense and hold for the last shot, I'm assuming, here, heading into half. They're up 33-26, 23 seconds remaining now in the first half. Back and forth across the backcourt, across the top of the logo. Out defensively, Taylor Heil now. We're working down toward 10 seconds. They'll make a move toward the bucket. There's the drive by Gould. That's good. He's able to get it to fall. Is there time for the Lions to get a shot off? Beasley from midcourt. He shoots. Good! Brendan Beasley from midcourt. He buries it for the Lions, and that pulls him within 6 points. It is 35-29. Waterloo Gibault on top of your Carterville Lions. We'll be back. Your halftime show is coming up next. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Booyah! Well, he's done very well with it. Robert, let's go. 2 minutes here, please. 2 minutes. What's that? No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
Hey, everybody online, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hope all is well on your end. Back at Pinckneyville, we're at halftime where Brennan Beasley hit a big three-point half-court shot heading in at half to pull Carterville to within 6. It's 35-29. This halftime report is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, located in beautiful downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. You can call 985-2502 or visit online. Go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Carterville, they just can't get over that hump, you know. I don't know how else to put it, Scott.
Well, if you look at the first half stats, Carterville shot 52% from the field. You shoot 52% from the field for a half, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be leading. But Gibault shot 50%, but they had 5 threes in that first half. Carterville out-rebounded Gibault 12-11. Heil led the Lions with 6, 4 for Kessler to lead the Hawks. Carterville with 5 turnovers, Gibault only 2. The big story in the first half, too many open shots for Gibault, whether it be on the wing, top of the key, or in the corner. They've got to find a way to get a hand in the face of the shooter, because you do not want to get into a track meet with Gibault. You don't want to have to try to match them 3 for 3, because overall I think they've got better outside shooters than Carterville does.
I think coming into this game, of course, we talked about Trevor Davis, the senior, being 16 points away from the tournament scoring record here at the Dester Thomas. So I was kind of focusing all my attention prior to the game on him, but he only has 8 points. I say only 8. He's got 8 points in the game. But for Gibault, it's been Garrett Reeder. He's got 4 3-pointers in this first half. And, I mean, you don't have to leave him open a little bit, and he's gonna bury it, or at least he has so far for the Hawks.
Yeah, well, when you have a player like Davis, you kind of tend to, gravitate to him defensively. That's the guy you want to try and shut down, and you hope that somebody else doesn't beat you. Well, Reeder's the guy right now that has killed the Lions on the outside with his perimeter shooting. So the Carterville Lions are going to have to make some adjustments at halftime. I like Carterville's game plan, trying to get the ball down low to 4, because Gibault has nobody that can stop him once he's down low. But the guards the guards and forwards for Carterville have got to do a much better job defensively. And if they can do that, I think Carterville has a chance to come back and win this game.
Luke Ford, the 6'6" junior forward, he leads your Carterville Lions in scoring with 12 points. He only has 1 foul, too, which is a positive for the Carterville Lions. Blake Jackson on the board with the pair. Also, Justin Johnson hit a big 3-pointer there in the second quarter. Dylan Moore had one as well at the beginning of the second quarter. And Taylor Heil has 6 points in the game so far. Leading scorer for Gibault, as we mentioned, Garrett Reeder. The point guard has 12. Ryan Gould close behind with 9 points. Trevor Davis has 8 points, and Colin Kessler has 8, so that's balanced scoring for the Hawks. But right now they have the 6-point lead over your Carterville Lions. Coming to the crowd is starting to fill in here as the championship game is still to come. It'll start somewhere around 8:30, and it is going to be quite the matchup as the host Pinckneyville Panthers will take on the Benton Rangers. The Rangers beat your Carterville Lions earlier this afternoon, 55-38. Just a really strong team. They come into this game tonight undefeated with a 12-0 record for the Rangers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like a combined, 21, 22-1 record between the two teams tonight. Of course, Pinckneyville only 1 loss on the season, playing on their home floor. It's been a while since they've played in the championship game here, so they feel like it's time for them, but they're going to have to play good defense, which I think Pinckneyville can. Pinckneyville showed me against this Gibault team, especially in the second half of their semifinal, that if they want to turn up the defensive pressure, they can do it. So I think it's going to pit the Benton's shooting against Pinckneyville's outside defense, and it should be a good matchup.
And I tell you what, it has been, just to throw in something non-sports related here, of course, Carrie Fisher passes away 2 days ago.
Right.
And we saw a report earlier that her mom, Debbie Reynolds, was taken to the hospital after suffering an apparent stroke, and I just had it flash across my iPad that she has died this evening. Tragically, man, our thoughts and prayers with that family here this evening. 2 icons in the entertainment industry have gone in just a matter of a couple of days. We're going to go on and take another break here at halftime. When we come back, we'll have second half action. Gibault Hawks, they lead your Lions 35-29. Second half action next on News Radio WJPF. Yes, sir. Let's go 2 minutes here, please. 2 minutes. Did you see that? Debbie Reynolds died? No. I just looked 20 minutes ago. Yeah, it just flashed around up on my... Scott. Back in Pinckneyville, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where we are just seconds away from second half action here at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. We appreciate you tuning in, and it's all made possible by our friends, the city of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of the Carterville Lions sports. Coming up in before we get out of here for our post-game show, we're going to have a chance to name our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. And I would have to say, for the Lions right now, if I had to choose, it'd probably be the big guy, Luke Ford.
Yeah, Luke Ford's definitely got a running start on that award. And the Lions are going to need more from Luke Ford in the second half as well. And, of course, everybody. I think if Carterville can clamp down defensively and if they can shoot the ball about as well as they did in the first half, I think Carterville can come back and win this game. But it starts on the defensive end.
Carterville has possession of the ball to begin the second half. Taylor Heil out top. He is guarded by Trevor Davis, and the pass is thrown away. A turnover on the Lions. That's not how you want to start off a second half, with the ball, throwing it out of bounds.
Luke's tall, but he's not that tall.
The Hawks have it. They are moving from left to right in their home white uniforms. As the shot, a kick-out pass to Ryan Gould is buried for a three-pointer by Gould. He just picks up where he left off in the first half. It's 38-29, a 9-point lead for Gibault. Carterville into the front court. Beasley with the left-hand dribble. Wants to come left, reverses and goes to Blake Jackson. Now to Johnson, now to Beasley on the left wing. They work it down low to Heil. He loses the handle on it, and it's another turnover. 2 turnovers in a row on the first 2 possessions here in the second half. Gibault with the basketball over on the left side. They get it down to Kessler. He turns around, jumper no good, and Justin Johnson with the rebound. Here come the Lions. Beasley to the left baseline. That is Blake Jackson. They get it to Heil, top of the circle. He drives the right side of the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Luke Ford goes up strong, fights for the rebound, leaves it down low for Heil. His bank shot is good. He gets the assist. No, Luke Ford. Heil gets the bucket. It's 38-31. As the runner on the transition game, Carson Ewells gets a bucket right off the get-go. 40-31, down 9 once again.
Got to get back on defense.
Carterville has it. Beasley to Justin Johnson. Now that is Luke Ford at the elbow. The ball kicks out of bounds, and they're going to say it was off of Gibault. It's going to belong to the Lions.
I guess the best way to describe the first minute and a half of this third quarter is frustrating.
Yes, I would say that is true. Beasley brings it left side. Blake Jackson thinks about shooting. Takes it to the paint. Little jumper floater goes for Blake Jackson. He's got 4. Like to see him heat up here in the third quarter. He's entirely capable of doing that, as the shot from Gibault is no good. That was Trevor Davis. Doesn't hit anything. Throws up an air ball, as a matter of fact. And you hear the cries of air ball from the crowd. Jackson leaves it for Luke Ford. Back out top to Justin Johnson. Now to Beasley. He's going to set the offense for the Lions. 5:40 remaining in the third quarter. Get the ball down low. Taylor Heil, spin move, turn around, banks it, no good. Ball bounces around, and it is Davis with the rebound. He takes it across midcourt to the left side. They work it down to Kessler. He backs his man down, throws the pass out top. That is Hewells, Carson Hewells. Back down to Kessler. Kessler's able to bank it home for the Hawks. And it's a 9-point lead again for Waterloo Gibault. Beasley with a left-hand dribble. Eases his way across the top of the circle to Blake Jackson on the left wing. He's guarded by Ryan Gould. Over to the right side. Beasley has it on the right wing. He's guarded by Carson Hewells. Beasley leaves it for Luke Ford. He makes a spin move, and they're going to say he charged. I don't agree with that. But it's another turnover on the Lions.
That's their third in less than half of the third quarter.
He didn't get him with the elbow. He didn't throw the elbow out. I think the defender rubbed up on him, and Luke was standing straight up. So I don't agree with that, but that's I can't voice that with the official. Won't make any difference. As the Hawks have it into the front court now from the left wing. Shot from three's no good, and Luke Ford gathers in the rebound. Here come the Lions. They want to run a little bit. Beasley toward the left side. Gets a pick, takes it down the lane. His bank shot no good, and it's gathered in by Colin Kessler of Gibault. Heads the other way. That is Carson Hewells. Leaves it for Kessler. Kessler gets it to Trevor Davis. Back to Kessler. His bank shot is good, and he's fouled, and will go to the line and shoot the and one.
If Carterville's not careful, this game's going to get out of hand. This is where you have to stop this Gibault run. We've talked about it before in other games, especially the Carbondale game on that Saturday afternoon. Carterville's getting ready to get blown out of here if they're not careful.
And I tell you what, Coach Shane Hawkins, he talked about it in the post-game show from the first game, the importance of leaving this tournament 3-1 and not leaving it 2-2 after the games, the good games, the big one that they had over Jerseyville last night. Really need to, it's a gut check game, and it's what he called it, and we'll see how that gut check goes as the ball's down to Luke Ford. Turnaround jumper. That's what we've been talking about, Scott. That little 8-foot floating jumper. That's what we like to see.
You got to take it if it's there.
3:44 remaining in the third quarter. 44-35. Hawks with the lead. The shot no good. The rebound comes out long to Brennan Beasley. He's on the run, and he has to back it up for the Lions. Slow it down just a little bit. Gets the pick from Luke Ford. Takes it to the bucket, and he's fouled and is going to go to the line and is going to shoot 2 free throws for the Carterville Lions.
Maybe tried to force it there, but he did draw the foul. Now he's got to go to the line and hit a couple of free throws to pull the Lions back to within 7.
Carson Hewells charged with the foul for the Hawks. Beasley's at the line shooting 2. The first one is good. 44-36, 3:28 remaining in the third quarter. Checking out for Gibault is Colin Kessler. He heads to the bench, as I believe Josh Bresserman replaces him. The second by Beasley is good. 44-37. As nice move out top, Carson Hewells kicks it over to the left corner. The 3 ball's no good. Ball bounces around, and Carterville gathers it in. That was Dylan Moore that gets the rebound. Here comes Blake Jackson. He's at the guard position now. Works it over toward the left side, or they bring it back to Taylor Heil. Nice pass down low to Luke Ford, and we have a jump ball, and that is going to be long to Gibault.
Another turnover. Luke brought the ball down just for a split second, enough to be tied up.
I think he lost the handle on it, and it got down around his waist, and then that defender was able just to get a hand on it, and they're quick on the jump.
It's like bees going to honey.
44-37, 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Boy, the crowd really starting to fill in here in anticipation of the championship game between the Benton Rangers and the Pinckneyville Panthers. The shot from Bresselman is blocked. Carterville's on the run. Beasley on the right wing. Gets it to Luke Ford at the elbow. Dumps it down low to Taylor Heil. Little turnaround jumper by Heil is good. I like what I'm seeing right now on this run from the Lions. Down 5, 44-39, 2.5 left, and we have a whistle and a foul
Fouls on number 3, Blake Jackson.
Blake Jackson is charged with the foul for the Lions. That's his first. That is the third team foul on Carterville here in the third quarter. The shot by Kessler is no good. Carterville gets the rebound. Taylor Heil grabs it. Beasley has it to Dylan Moore, left wing. Kick out past to Heil. Top of the circle. He drives it, leaves it for Beasley. Fires from 3 off the iron, no good. Heil gets the rebound. Bank shot is good for Taylor. He's got 6 here in the third quarter. He's got 12 overall for the Lions. 44-41. Carterville's pulled within 3 with under 2 minutes to go. Hawks have it on the right block. The ball's put on the floor. Kessler gathers it in. Out top to Reeder. Reeder back to Kessler. They work the give and go. Kessler spin move. Gets it to roll home for the Hawks. Colin Kessler. He's carrying this team right now, the Hawks, which I'm good with because Reeder torched us in the second quarter, in the first half rather, for Gibault. Carterville has it. Minute and a half remaining. 90 seconds on the clock. Taylor Heil out top. Carterville down 5. They'll run the offense, get it down to Luke Ford, and he shuffled his feet. He pulled up on that right block. Shane Hawkins is frustrated. He's like, Luke, what are you doing? Another turnover on the Lions.
Here's the best way to look at it. Luke gets the ball. If he takes 1 or even 2 dribbles, he's only getting maybe a foot closer to the goal than he already is. You just got to turn and shoot it.
Yep. As the Hawks, they look like the Globetrotters out there the way they're running that offense. As Kessler gets the bank shot to go, the turnover by the Lions burns him again. Kessler has 8 points here in the third quarter. It's a 7-point lead under a minute to go. Beasley with the left-hand dribble at the logo at mid-court. He's picked up defensively by Carson Hewells. Beasley hangs on, gets it to Jackson now at the left elbow. That is Ford, dumps it to Heil. Ball's turned over once again on the Lions. Here go the Hawks the other way. As they kick out pass, they're going to hold for the last shot as we are under 30 seconds, and the Hawks have a 7-point lead. Ryan Gould out front now, top of the circle to Trevor Davis. Davis back and forth, right and left-hand dribble, back to Ryan Gould. He's guarded by Dylan Moore. 13, 12, 11 on the clock. Now under 10. The shot from 3 is no good. Carterville gets the rebound. Can Beasley hit another one at the buzzer? Into the front court. He drives the lane, puts up the shot, no good. No fouls called, and that's how we end. It is a 7-point lead for Gibault. 48-41. Gibault with the lead heading to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter action is next on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale now has online mortgage center, so you can check rates or apply for a mortgage online. For more information, go to their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. As we begin play here in the fourth quarter, Blake Jackson drives the lane, throws it up toward the rim, gets it to fall. Blake has 6 points here in this game. Carterville is down 5 as we begin play in the fourth quarter. The Hawks have it in the front court. That is Gould. He works it back to the left side to Davis. Davis now, and we have a whistle And a foul, I believe that may be on Reeder.
Illegal screen. That's only their first turnover in the second half and only their third of the game.
And that's only the second foul as well, as it's called on Garrett Reeder. That's his second. And as I said, the second team foul. So Carterville has a chance now to shorten this lead, 48-43. They're down 5. I did the math real quick there, Scott.
All right, I like that.
They're down 5. See what I did? Beasley has it on the left wing. They get it to Luke Ford. He drives, puts the shot up. He gets the bucket, and he gets the foul. Wow, what a big play by Luke Ford.
That is pure strength. He went to the goal like a bull in a china shop. He got it to go, and now he's going to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Could pull Carterville to within 2.
The foul is on Colin Kessler. Luke Ford, wearing number 33, is at the line for the and one. Doesn't get it, and the rebound comes off to the Hawks. So Carterville down 3 with 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Over on the right side, they work it down low to Kessler, and he gets the turnaround bank shot here. He had 8 points in the third quarter. He's got 16 points so far in the game. Luke Ford on the right block. Back out top to Jackson. He steps into a three-pointer, buries it. Blake Jackson starting to heat it up for the Lions. Carterville's within a pair now, 50-48. Hawks into the front court. That is Ewells with it. Down into the post, and Kessler gets it, and there's a foul. They may call it on Taylor Heil.
Yeah, I think he reached in. Carterville shot 50% in the third quarter. They've made their first 3 here in the fourth quarter, which they're just really struggling to get over that hump.
50-48, down 2, 6:25 left in the game. The ball's tipped away, and they're going to say that the pass was kicked by Carterville. It's going to belong to Gibault. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of the Carterville Lions. They better hurry. They do get it into Trevor Davis, and he is going to bring it around the top of the circle for the Hawks. To the right side, that is Gould. Gould, he's guarded by Beasley. Into Kessler, down on the right block. Drop step, no good. And that is Heil that gathers in the rebound. Carterville has a chance to either tie it or take the lead here. That would be huge for the Carterville Lions. 5:55 remaining in this game. Luke Ford on the right block, backs it up, gets it to JJ, Justin Johnson, Taylor Heil just off the free throw line. Back to JJ toward the right side. Blake Jackson leaves it down low for Ford. Turnaround jumper is good by Ford. Carterville has tied up this ball game with 5:39 remaining, and we have a timeout on the floor, and that is called by Waterloo Gibault. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, certified York dealer and services all brands. Call 985-2502, or you can go online, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. Coach Dennis Reeder doesn't like what he sees right now because he looks at the scoreboard, and we're all tied at 50.
Yeah, Carterville almost was at the brink of getting blown out earlier in this second half, but they found a way to fight. This is the point of the game, though, where having played your fourth game in 2 days really starts to cause fatigue. Now the shots might be a little short. Now the legs might feel like rubber. This is where you got to fight through you got to fight through the pain. You got to fight through the fatigue and mentally be in the game.
Luke Ford is making his case to be the Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. He has a career-high 18 here in this game. He's just been unstoppable when he gets the ball down low as the shot from the Hawks is off the mark. Taylor Heil gathers it in. Carterville can take the lead with 5:20 remaining in this contest. All tied at 50. Beasley to the left side. He has it more toward the baseline, right in front of Shane Hawkins, who's hopping up and down, wants the man to move. Blake Jackson has it on the right wing. He takes it out top to Beasley to the left side. That is JJ, Justin Johnson, wearing number 5. Back to Blake Jackson. Jackson, right-hand dribble, and he's fouled by Carson Ewells, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Heil has 11 rebounds in this game. He's been a monster on the boards.
He's been a monster on the boards this whole tournament. Actually, for the Lions, Beasley brings it near side. Blake Jackson fires from 3. Yes! And he gets the foul as well as he steps into that three-pointer. He's going to go to the line for the 4-point play. Oh, was that sweet? And it was in slow motion as it falls through the net.
Carterville's 5 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter, and 2 of those were threes.
So Blake Jackson is at the line to shoot the 4 points, and it's good for the Carterville Lions. He's got 9 points here in the fourth quarter, and we haven't played 4 minutes yet. 4-point lead for the Lions, 54-50. Carterville has done a great job fighting back in this game. They were outplayed in that first half, and they're taking control here with 4.5 left in the game. The 4-point lead, 54-50. As Beasley is fouled in the backcourt, I think they're going to charge that to Carson Yules, and that'll be the 4th on Yules. 6th team foul on Gibault. Carterville has the basketball. Beasley will trigger from the baseline. Out to Justin Johnson, fakes the shot. He's going to set the offense, wants the pick, gets it down to Luke Ford. Ford is able to gather it in. Back out top to Brendan Beasley. Now to Blake Jackson. Down to Ford. Left block, and they're going to call. He dipped that shoulder, and that's all it takes, Scott. I know. I disagree, but that's all it takes. Just dip that shoulder. That's what they did. They called the charge on Luke Ford. That's his 3rd, and a turnover on the Lions.
I don't know when they're going to hand out the Academy Awards, but that gentleman there for Gibault is probably going to get nominated. He acted like he had just been shot with a high-powered rifle from about 30 feet.
And I like what I see here as the official is out mopping up the floor. Shane Hawkins handed him the towel and walked, and you can see Shane's lips moving the entire time as he's walking out there.
That's called coaching in a official's ear. Getting out there and just getting your point across while not making it.
He wasn't showboating. No, you know.
Here, I'll give you my towel if I get the next call.
Exactly. Exactly. So the Hawks have the basketball. They're down 4, just over 4 minutes left here in the consolation game of the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic. Of course, your Carterville Lions, the 2-time defending champion, won't be playing, won't be able to get that 3rd championship in a row. Man, that was a travel, but not called as it's Davis. He fires out to the left point, and that is Garrett Reeder that buries the 3-pointer for the Hawks. And we have a timeout on the floor, and it's a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions.
Dave, I think it was Davis who lost the ball in the paint, and Carterville players started heading up court, and Davis just went and got the ball, and Shane Hawkins, I could tell by his mannerisms after that, he's like, go get the ball first before you head up the floor. And then, of course, they bury the 3 to pull it to within 1. This game is one of those that you'd think could just be headed to overtime.
That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Carterville has the 1-point lead, 54-53, and they have possession of the basketball. Beasley across the timeline over to Justin Johnson. He's guarded by Ryan Gould. Johnson looks for some help, gets it to Heil. He gets it down to Ford. Turnaround bank shot by Ford is good. 6 points for Luke Ford here in the fourth quarter. And back to a 3-point lead for the Lions. Under 3.5 to go in the game. Gibault with the basketball. Swing pass to the far side. Carson Yules steps inside. He travels. That's a turnover. Big turnover. Carterville's going to have a chance to extend this lead.
I'm sure if Yules had the ball back, he'd take that 3. I thought he was going to jack it up from beyond 3, but
I did too.
He faked it, and he walked. That's 3 turnovers now for Gibault here in the second half.
As it is Brendan Beasley across the timeline, back and forth, left and right with the dribble, brings it near side to the left wing. He's guarded by Hules. Coach Shane Hawkins yells out instructions. He's knelt down right on the sideline. Over to the far side, Justin Johnson. He's guarded by Ewell. by Gould, rather. And they get it in to Luke Ford. They haven't been able to stop Luke tonight. He's got a career-high game, but Taylor Hiles able to bank it home for the Lions. It is a 5-point lead now, 2:38 remaining in this basketball contest. The Hawks have it into the front court. They get it down to Kessler. His little floater is good. Kessler's on the board here. That's 4 now in the fourth quarter for Kessler, the leading scorer for Gibault this evening. It's Blake Jackson, left wing. Fakes it, wants to get it to Luke Ford, does. Ford on the left low block, takes it into the paint. They're going to say there was a travel on Ford. I'm just glad it was a travel and not the charge that they called just moments ago on the same move.
Carterville is 7 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter, but it just seems like to me, Dave, that Gibault's baskets are a lot easier to come by than Carterville's. It seems like Carterville's really having to work hard to get their points.
I agree. And they have, the Hawks have the basketball now as they work the perimeter. They get it out to Reeder. He fires from 3 from left side. He's got 2 3-pointers. All of his points tonight are on threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-pointers for the Hawks this evening. That's the coach's son. You learn how to shoot when you're coach's son. As Heil has it down on the left baseline for the Lions. They are all tied with the Hawks. The shot from Ford is no good, and Gibault now a chance to take the lead once again from the Lions. There's 90 seconds remaining here in this third place consolation game at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic.
Will Gibault play for one?
No, I don't think so. Well, they might. They might. And will Carterville be content to let them? That's the thing. As the shot from Reeder's no good. He drove the left baseline, and he misses. Carterville has it with 70 seconds remaining in the game.
If I'm Carterville, I play for one shot. I do not want to give Gibault the ball back.
And I think that's, as you say that, Beasley holds up, but they bring the big guys out front. Under a minute to go, 52 seconds to be exact. Beasley has it, back and forth, left and right, waiting on the defender to come out. He does. Now he's got to move. Left-hand dribble, leaves it for Justin Johnson. 40 seconds remaining, all tied at 58. What's going to happen here at the end of the game for the Hawks, for the Lions? Who is going to win this consolation game? We're about to find out. Under 30 seconds to go as the Lions have the basketball. That is Taylor Heil out top, looks for some help, gets it to Johnson. Johnson is guarded by Gould. Back to Johnson. Now Luke Ford out top. 15 seconds to go. We're coming down to the wire, folks. Ford is holding on to it. 10 seconds. 9. We've got a timeout called by Carterville's head coach, Shane Hawkins. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
I was wondering if he's going to get a timeout or not. He kept letting the clock go down.
I know. Hey, Robert, I know I said 60. Let's bring it back in 30, though. Sorry, we're just going to have to make it up in the postgame. All tied at 58, 8.2 seconds remaining on the clock. Carterville has the ball, and Shane Hawkins called a timeout with 8 seconds left. And I kind of think the shot might come from the little guy, Brennan Beasley.
Well, these are the types of things you work on in practice probably every day. Last-second shots, who's going to set the big pick, who's going to, get the ball and have to take the big shot. Obviously, anybody on Carterville could take the big shot. They'd probably love to get it down low to Ford or Heil and then kick it back out quickly to somebody that's open on the wing. But you've only got 8.2 seconds, which is a lot of time, but you can't make a lot of passes in 8.2 seconds. You've got to be very decisive, and you got to find the open guy.
I think the key to it is ball control. There's any one of those 5 guys on the floor could win this game with the shot. Don't get lazy with the pass. You have to be crisp. You have to be distinct with the pass, and just make sure it's there and don't turn it over, because don't give Gibault the chance, because any one of those guys can hit that shot to win this game here late.
And you know Gibault does not want to foul, so you're probably going to have a little bit of cushion there to shoot the ball if you're on the outside especially. They don't want to foul and send you to the free throw line with maybe 2 or 3 seconds left. So you're going to have a little bit of a cushion probably to shoot the ball if you've got it where you want to get it to.
Carterville's going to have the basketball on the near side right in front of the scorer's table. That's where they're going to trigger it. It will be Brennan Beasley that will trigger the inbound for the Lions. We're going to get the video rolling. You want to shoot that for me, Joe? We'll see. And we've got another timeout that is called by head coach of Gibault, Dennis Reeder. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Hey, everybody online, thank you for watching. It's come down to the wire. We'll see how it shakes out. It's been a good ball game, though. And thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Back in Pinckneyville, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where we have 8.2 seconds left on the clock. We have a tie ball game, all tied at 58. Carterville has the ball, and Gibault head coach Reeder saw how Carterville came up and set up after that first timeout. He called the timeout, and the Lions are ready to roll as they have the basketball. Beasley will trigger from the sideline. Looks for some help, gets it down to Taylor Heil on the left wing. Gets it down to Luke Ford, turnaround jumper off the iron, no good. And the rebound controlled by the Hawks. We are going to overtime, of course.
Just could not get the shot to roll over the front of the rim. Had a good look, squared up. Everything was right except the result. And now we're going to overtime.
All tied at 58. Overtime is next on News Radio WJPF. Wow. Back in Pinckneyville, it's Dave McKenzie, where we are going to overtime in this third place consolation game between the Carterville Lions and the Hawks of Waterloo Gibault. It's been an entertaining contest, and I got to say, Carterville had as good a look at that game-winning shot as you could ask for.
Well, it's obvious where they wanted to go. They wanted to go inside. They got it to Ford, and as I said, just could not get the ball to go over the front of the rim.
Overtime is where we're at. 4 minutes on the clock. Carterville controls the tip as they bring it into the front court. Beasley has it between the circles. Thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. Beasley brings it to the left wing. Now toward the baseline, over to Jackson, top of the circle. Zone defense by Waterloo right now. Beasley back on the left wing, down low to Luke Ford. He takes it into the paint, gets the shot, and he's fouled, and is going to go to the line and shoot two. Trevor Davis for the Hawks called on the foul. Luke Ford is at the line, shooting 2 free throws for the Lions. You need to make these. This is how you can win games. Take the free ones. First one is good by Ford.
So you thought playing 4 games in 2 days was tough? How about an extra session? That's not really fair, is it?
That's 21 points by Luke Ford in this game. What a great performance from him. The second in and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Gibault. 3 under 3.5 to go. Hawks have the ball. They get it down to Kessler, and he is fouled from behind. That's going to be on the aforementioned Luke Ford. That's going to be his 4th. And Kessler is going to be at the line. He's going to be shooting 2.
Now, Gibault's just having it too easy getting the ball on the inside. They're running a guy from one block to the other, and Carterville's not able to defend that pass.
Kessler's first free throw is good. So we're all tied at 59 once again. 3:21 left here in the overtime period. Kessler wears number 34 in white. His second free throw in the air. And it's no good, just like Luke Ford. He goes 1 for 2 from the line on the 2 free throw attempts. Beasley has it, steps across midcourt, left-hand dribble to Taylor Heil. Out top of the circle, he's guarded by Trevor Davis. Now to Ford, now to Beasley on the left wing. He backs it up just a little bit, slows it down just a little bit. Under 3 minutes to go, a minute off the clock here in this 4-minute overtime period. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Waterloo. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, you got to watch Gibault playing the passing lanes here and trying to get an easy run out.
Inbounds pass goes into the backcourt. Beasley tracks it down. 2:45 left in the contest. Left-hand dribble, slides his way toward the left side. Now to the right-hand dribble, almost turned it over, but he gathers it back. Heil fires from outside, in, out. Ford gets the rebound, and ball hits the floor. He can't gather it up, and it's going to belong to the Hawks. Into the front court they go. That is Trevor Davis with the basketball. Now to the left side to Hewells. Back, top of the key, Reeder. Now down, they get it to that is Davis. He puts the ball on the floor. The three-pointer from the left wing is good from Ryan Gould. And Gibault now has a 3-point lead, 62-59. 2 minutes remaining in this overtime period. Beasley, top of the circle with the right-hand dribble to Blake Jackson. He fires from 3. Yes! Oh! Like seeing that. All tied now at 62. 1:47 left in this contest. That is Davis, top of the circle, holding the ball, makes Taylor Heil to come out to defend him. Looks for some help, gets it to Hewells. Hewells, top of the circle once again, work it to the left side. Back and forth they go. That is Gould to Hewells. Back to Gould to Hewells. Now that is Kessler on the right wing. They work it to the left side. Bean showing some patience here with the basketball. Down low into Davis. His shot is no good. Carterville gets the rebound and a chance to take the lead with 1:07 left in the overtime period. 62-62. You got to remember, Gibault had Carterville down by double digits in the third quarter. Yep. Carterville was able to fight back and get this game to overtime. Taylor Heil misses the bunny, gets his rebound, puts it back. Nice job by Heil fighting that off. And it's 64-62, 45 seconds left in the game. Into the front court. The kick-out pass for 3 is good! That is Garrett Reeder. He has just killed the Lions here in this contest. And it's 65-64, 39 seconds left, and we have a timeout on the floor. What a huge shot that is. It is a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
I'm going to ask a really, really stupid question.
Fire away.
How do you leave that guy wide open? I mean, somebody's got to be assigned to him. Forget about the play. Forget about the play away from the ball. You have to have a guy on him.
You can play zone on every place else, but man up on him. I agree.
You cannot let him that wide open.
60 seconds is what we're here, I believe. Back in Pinckneyville, Carterville is down 1 now with 39 seconds left. It's 65-64. We're in overtime. This is the third place consolation game at the Dester Thomas Hoops Classic. Carterville has the basketball, and Beasley brings it across mid-court. What a big three-pointer that was for the Hawks. Beasley kicks it out. Blake Jackson fires from three. Good! Oh, yeah!
Wow.
Like seeing that. Another timeout is called. Wow, what a shot by Blake Jackson from that right wing. And we have a timeout that is called. Carterville has a 2-point lead now with 23 seconds left. And that is a 30-second timeout. Don't forget, coming up in just moments, we are going to be choosing our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe has been sitting here with us watching this game. And what do you think so far?
We're doing an excellent time this year. This game's doing pretty good. I can't ask you more, you know.
I know. If you had to choose a player of the game right now, who would you choose?
Well, we've done some good shots here lately. Blake Jackson and then Luke Ford, he's been doing pretty good this whole game. He's dumped some pretty shots around down by the basket, but
we'll see what happens.
What happens. We'll know.
Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game here on News Radio WJPF. Carterville has a 2-point lead. It's 65-67, 23 seconds remaining in this ball game. As the Hawks take it into the front court, under 20 now. They work it around to the left side on the left wing. That is Yules. Now they get it down on the baseline. Reeder thought about shooting, but it's Yules that fires from three. No good. Carterville gets the rebound. 6 seconds. 5, 4. And we have a foul in the backcourt. Brendan Beasley is going to go to the line and shoot free throws for the Lions. Is that going to be enough to ice it? Carterville up to 3.1 seconds left, Scott.
Well, the law of averages says that Gibault had to miss an open three at some point. And they missed at the best time if you're a Carterville Lions fan. And now Carterville, with a couple of free throws, can ice this game.
Trevor Davis for the Hawks called for that foul. That's his fourth. It is the 8th team foul. Beasley is at the line shooting the 1-and-1. First one is good. So he's going to get the bonus, and we have a timeout that is called by Shane Hawkins and the Carterville Lions. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a break as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Wow, what a game.
What a game. Back in Pinckneyville, Brennan Beasley is at the line for the bonus free throw. Carterville up 3, 3.1 ticks left in this overtime game. The second from Beasley is good for Brennan Beasley. 4-point lead, 3.1. It's a 2-possession game. Don't touch anybody. At the whistle, no shot. 69-65. Carterville wins it in overtime. How about those Carterville Lions?
Well, that's a signature win because Carterville was down by 11 points early in the third quarter, and it looked like things might slip away, but Carterville started shooting the ball a little bit better. Carterville started playing defense a little bit better. They clawed their way back into the game, had a chance to win it in regulation, couldn't do it. Then it looked like Gibault had the advantage in the overtime when they hit a couple of big threes, but Blake Jackson, with the ice in his veins, drilled 2 long-range three-pointers. And I don't know what you can say about Carterville in this game. They just found a way to win. They've been in these situations several times this year, and now, more times than not, they've found a way to win.
I tell you what, this game was not for the championship of the Dester Thomas Classic. But this was exactly what Coach Shane Hawkins talked about, a gut check contest, and they passed admirably. I'm very, very happy for this team to get this one tonight, as they had to fight for this one, and they fought hard, and they did a fine job winning this game tonight.
No question. And, as Coach Hawkins told us in the post game after the Benton game, it's much better to go home 3-1 than 2-2. You feel like you've accomplished something. You beat a quality team in Jerseyville. You beat a very good team in Waterloo, Gibault. So you've got 2 quality wins in this tournament. You get now a little over a week off to rest up and get ready to go back to conference play. Just a great win in a game, again, that could have very easily slipped away in the third quarter, but Carterville kept their composure. They didn't get rattled. They stayed true to what they want to do, and they found a way to win the game.
We are going to get into our Joe's Lawn Care postgame show coming up, as we have a packed house here in Pinckneyville. The championship game is 15 minutes away from starting, and we're going to have a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins. We're going to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. It's all coming up. The postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 2 minutes here, Robert. 2 minutes. We'll try to make up some of those. Let's go 2.5 minutes, actually. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You've been thunderstruck, baby. We are back in Pinckneyville. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, and Joe McCann joined us from Joe's Lawn Cares. We are just a couple of minutes away from choosing our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game, and hopefully just a couple of minutes away from talking to Shane Hawkins. Let's go on and choose that player of the game. Let's run through our stats first, though.
First of all, Carterville out-rebounded Gibault tonight 30-18. 14 boards for Taylor Heil to lead the Lions. Kessler had 7 to lead the Hawks. 13 Carterville turnovers, only 5 turnovers by Gibault in this game. So Carterville didn't have a lot of extra opportunities to score. Carterville 57% from the field in the game. Carterville was 7 of 9 in the fourth quarter, 3 of 5 in the overtime. Gibault shot 49% for the game. But what a game we just saw, and a very, very happy Shane Hawkins has joined us.
A very, very perspired, covered head coach Shane Hawkins. Coach, let me tell you what, that was as impressive of a win as we've seen out of these Carterville Lions, because they didn't quit.
Yeah, I thought I thought the first half, I don't know. We made zero effort to guard in the first half. And probably were fortunate enough to be down 6. It could have been down 12 or 15, no more than we guarded. But I thought we made a conscious effort of pounding that thing inside. They had 2 big guys. But I thought we did a pretty good job of pounding that thing inside and going to shoot it at the rim. And those 2 big guys go 17 of 28 from the field shooting layups.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to keep going to them. So we're going to live and die on them right now because they're skilled. And it just opens so much up for our perimeter guys.
Yep.
And Blake hits 2 threes late, but it's because they're giving so much help to our big guys.
Inside, yeah.
That now he has all time to catch and shoot. We got into the paint. We made the right read. We kicked it to the shooters. It's fun when it works out well. But, man, defensively, we were not good.
After the game this morning or earlier this afternoon, when we were talking about this game, you said this is a gut check game. We could either win the game, come out 3-1 in this tournament, and be very, very happy with how we played in this tournament, or we could lay down and finish 2-2 and be very disappointed after a big win last night. These boys, that was a severe gut check as they had to scrap there in the third quarter to get back. And then when they got their mojo, and as important as the inside game was, the big shots by Blake Jackson on the outside, it was just a very nice comeback win.
It was, and we had a chance down. I think it was 12. I forgot it was 12 at one time. I don't know if it got higher than that. We had a chance to fold our tent, pack it up, and get on the bus and go home. Because it's been a long 2 days. It's real easy just to pack it up and say, hey, we've had a good run. And we're done.
We tried. Yep.
But we didn't do that. We fought a little bit. Maybe the most we've fought. But we fought together. It took our perimeter guys to get it to our big guys. It took our big guys to go finish in there and catch it. So it was a very good win for us, no question.
Coach, along those same lines, you're down, I think, by 11 or 12 in the third. And as you said, the game could have gone either way. But I didn't see any panic in your team. I didn't see any shoulder shrug. I didn't see any looking to the sky. All I saw was focus. And when you're playing your 4th game in 2 days, and fatigue has to set in at some point, and you got to stay mentally focused, that's probably what got your team over the hump. Is they stayed mentally focused and stayed true to what you wanted them to do.
Yeah, and one of the last things I wrote on the board before we got on the floor was this was a toughness game. It was being mentally tough, but it was being physically tough. And whatever team was going to be the toughest was going to be the one that win it. And we made enough plays down the stretch. We got one. I don't know if we necessarily got a stop, but they missed an open shot for us, and we'll take it. But to get out of here 3-1, hopefully that gives us a little bit of mojo going into the rest of the conference season. And I want our guys to watch this because this is a championship atmosphere. 2 very good teams. We're going to play both of them again later. I want our guys just to kind of be a student of the game right now, sit there together and kind of soak up the atmosphere and kind of learn basketball from 2 pretty good programs and 2 pretty good teams.
Coach, I really don't know the answer to this because we could go a couple of different ways, but you get 37 points from your 2 bigs in Heil and Ford. And I got to say how impressive Luke Ford was on the block with the footwork, getting the buckets, getting those easy shots. But then we're getting ready to choose our player of the game, and no bigger shot than that big 3-pointer from Blake Jackson. I don't know how to go here.
Yeah,
what's your thoughts?
He hit 2 big threes late. And, you talk about those guys, and then you look, and Heil's got 16 points and 15 rebounds. And, it's just, but it was a balanced attack. I thought that was. I didn't think there was any agendas. I thought that was the 5 guys on the floor at certain times just going to fight with each other instead of fighting each other. They were. The Nashville game was one where we just went and made plays, and we were happy to make plays with each other. And I think tonight was another where we just didn't care who got the credit. How can we find a way to win the basketball game? And we had a bunch of guys step up from about the 4-minute mark of the third quarter on.
And, Coach, I think one thing that goes unlooked in this game, by my stats, Gibault only had 5 turnovers in this game. That's not a lot of extra opportunities you had to score, so you had to value all those possessions, especially in the second half when you were down by 11, and you did a good job of it.
I didn't think we were very good at all defensively, and a lot of that you can look at the turnovers. Then the other thing you look at is field goal percentage, and they were almost 50% from the field, and they were 10 of 21 from the arc, and they had a lot of horse shots. It was like they were playing in the backyard and got to set their feet and check the wind and cock it and shoot it. But again, it goes back to sometimes you get in a high-scoring game like this, it's kind of whoever has the basketball last is going to have a chance to win it. They had a chance and missed it, capitalized and hit those last 2 free throws. But a very good gut check win for our guys. And again, we've talked about here before how hard it is to win games.
Yeah.
Go win game, be happy with it. I'm a firm believer you can learn just as much from a win as you can from a loss. We get back to work on Friday. We'll have a chance to learn from the Benton game and a chance to learn from this one. And we're getting there. We're not there yet. And I think videotape will kind of help us get a visual of it. But we're getting there. We're making strides, no question.
You've got some days off now. It's a week from Friday when your next game is on the road at Sparta. Coach, take it easy. Enjoy this win. A huge win. Congratulations on third place in this tournament. This was an enjoyable ball game to watch and something that I know we're looking forward to seeing how it's going to help this team down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. And you guys have a safe and happy New Year. And same thing to Lion Nation.
Same to you, Coach. Congratulations.
Head coach Shane Hawkins after the Carterville Lions with an overtime win this evening. 69-65 is an impressive of a win for the Lions as we've seen all season, Scott. And you know what? He walked away. He still didn't choose who the player of the game is, and I asked him point blank, and he slid right away. See what he did?
You know what? I think he's relegating duties. His job is to coach the team. It's our job sometimes, unfortunately, to have to make those tough decisions up here. So he doesn't want any part of our decision. It would be a tough decision tonight. You can't overlook what Luke Ford did offensively and defensively. Taylor Heil, a double-double. He had 14 points. Ice in the veins, Blake Jackson with 2 huge threes in that overtime. Brendan Beasley stepping up and hitting 2 free throws that sealed the victory. If he only makes one of those or doesn't make any, Gibault still has a chance to win the game. It's hard to pick one guy because there were so many moments in this game where somebody different for Carterville stepped up, made a big stop, made a big basket, got a big rebound. And since you're the play-by-play guy, you're the voice of the Lions, you get to choose.
I got Joe.
That's how I relegate
I got
duties.
Joe here from Joe's Lawn Care. I tell you what we're going to have to do, Joe.
Okay.
We're going to have to give it to 3 players. We're going to have try players of the game.
3 players.
We're going to give it to Taylor Heil, who winds up with 16 points. How many boards?
14 rebounds.
14 rebounds. We're going to give it to Luke Ford, who had 21 points. He probably had 8 rebounds.
He had 4 rebounds is all
4
he had.
rebounds. And we're also going to include Blake Jackson, who wound up with some of the biggest shots. He winds up with 18 in the game. I think the Joe's Lawn Care player of the game is going to have to be 3 of them.
Well, as a whole team, I think they all did a great job through the whole tournament, through this whole 2 days. Having 4 games on the road and living up here for 2 days is hard pressed to go.
There we go.
I'd like to say the whole team, but I'm going to have to agree with you. I mean, you got Tyler Heil, and then you've got Luke Ford, and you got Blake Jackson working on this team. They're moving the ball all the way around. They're doing the high and low team together. They're working together. I just got to go for all 3 of them. There's just no way around.
And let me throw this in there. From the start of this tournament to the end of this tournament, if you had to pick a most improved player or a player that has regained his confidence, has to be Blake Jackson.
Yes.
You saw what he did against Jerseyville. That extended into this game tonight. He's more confident. He's not hesitant to take that shot now. And, boy, if you can get Beasley going and Dylan Moore going, coming off the bench, that's a lot of offense, my friend.
That is. There you go, our players of the game. We got 3 of them tonight. It is Blake Jackson, it is Taylor Heil, and Luke Ford, our co-players of the game, brought to you by Joe's Lawn Care. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville for 20 years. They've been specializing in commercial and residential lawn care, landscaping maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal, and if they will take care of you, they'll do equipment repair as well. If you need that, we invite you to call 534-8148. That is Joe's Lawn Care. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe, thank you for joining us here in the game this evening.
Thank you.
And put a wrap on this puppy.
What a 2 days it was. It was a marathon. We saw some very good basketball from not only the Carterville Lions but other teams. But Carterville beat two quality teams in this tournament in Jerseyville and Waterloo. Gibault go 3-1. I've enjoyed it. I echo the sentiments of Coach Hawkins. Want to wish all the Carterville Lions fans a happy and safe New Year. Same to you, Dave. Same to you, Joe.
Same to you.
And can't wait till next Friday night to see what the Lions have in store for us back at home.
We get a few days off. Next Friday night, Carterville will be on the road at Sparta to take on the Bulldogs. We'll have pregame action starting at 7:30, 7:45 will be the tip-off. And we just want to thank you for tuning in. If you listen on News Radio WJPF, if you watch on our online feed, we appreciate that. But what a tournament for the Lions as they wind up finishing third at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic with a thrilling overtime win, 69-65 over Waterloo Gibault. My many, many thanks to our producer, engineer back at the station, Robert Teese. Thank you for your fine work the last 2 days. 4 games in 2 days isn't easy, folks, and we appreciate everything that he's done for us. You can go home and rest, Robert. And for my partner, Scott Hudson, as he said, Happy New Year to everybody. And we just want to say thank you for tuning in to all the Lions action that we have here on News Radio WJPF. For Robert, for Scott, I'm Dave McKenzie. God bless. We'll talk to you next Friday night from Sparta with Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Hey, buddy, thank you so much. Be careful going home.